part of our weekly review series wherein we evaluate some of the websites to see how they are implementing and adopting the digital marketing in their business process. The motive here is only to understand what has been done great or how it could be made better. That is the sole purpose of doing this whole exercise. So let me make it very clear. This video is only meant for purpose of learning and education. It has got nothing to do by defaming a company or putting any wrong picture about the company onto the. And the data what we have been taking is available in the public domain, and we are not trying to talk about any private confidential data into this video. So let's keep learning about it and see what else we are going to talk about. So let me share my screen. So today, so if you guys have been following me, you would have seen that I've been talking about the from past few weeks that I've been focusing more onto the companies or industries which are into manufacturing side. And precisely when I say companies which are into manufacturing and they are into the export business. So keeping that in the mind, today we are going to look at one of another great website. Well, before I go to the website, let me tell you. So I did a search query called Cosmetic Products Manufacturer, and I could got to see one amazing company called bointernational.net, and they are currently doing an ad on Google. You could see here, launch your brand in 30 days, cosmetic manufacturers, build D2C brand with us, third-party manufacturers, private label customers. This is amazing. I love the ad. Very beautifully done ad. Right. So let's look at what is there for us. So now I am back onto the website here. We are onto the website's homepage. The look and feel of the website is amazingly great, no doubt about it. Right. When I look at the content, when I look at the URL, and here, if you see Bio International Cosmetics, the title is also good. So it means on the website, the SEO, search engine optimization, has been done very, very effectively. Beautifully done. India's number one strategic partner for a beauty and wellness brand, ready to scale. Beautiful line, beautiful line. They got the inquiry buttons. Now here we have got something called as a form. Okay, now regarding the forms, guys, I wanted to take your own opinion. What do you feel? Having a pop-up form is a great idea on the website, or it's a bad idea? You have to let me know in the comments. If you feel it is a bad idea, why it is bad. If it is good, why it is bad. But we have something to talk on to that line. Probably we will talk. I will talk about this particular thing in the later part of the video. Right? My own opinion on that side, but I'd be happy to hear your own views. Is it a great idea to have a pop-ups or not? Right, they also got call now, which links to the WhatsApp, an amazingly great thing to do here again. So here we got to see what we offer. The product offerings are very clearly mentioned. So one important thing you have to keep in mind when you make a website or landing page, you have to always do a test. Showcase the home page to the people and tell them to observe what they saw on the website in the just 5 seconds. In within 5 seconds, if people are able to understand what you do, what you offer, it means your website design wise, content wise, you have done a great justice. But in case people are not able to identify what you do, what you are into, within 5 seconds, it means it needs a serious alterations to be done with respect to the design, with respect to the content, right? So this is an input for you to keep in mind. Let's move on. Amazingly great. Super. Explore product development, satisfied client, XYZ, XYZ. All right. All right. Beautifully done, right? So you could see check out product line, and every product line is done in very, very neat way. Then here we have got Steam clients. Now here with respect to, if I, right now I'm looking at it on the a desktop and laptop device. See, one observation I would love to make it here is the gaps between the different sections of the website is not done in a way it should be. Because for any common man, when they're scrolling down, it's like it's just a continuous flow of the content, which is not able to create a distinction between the one section to the another section. And I think that is very, very important when your pages are very long and you want people to pay attention to each and every section. So keeping that in the mind, it could be done better by putting the relevant gaps in the header and in the top, in the bottom, so that every section where people go through, they are able to give that proper attention, right? Remember, we talked the concept of white spaces. That is what I'm talking about here. I think that is one of a field I could talk about here in terms of the look and feel. There are many more things which can be done, but I think it's okay. That is not very, very important, but other things are great. Right. So they've been talked about the company in the media. Okay, if I can say in the new, I think this is not a great thing to do. If you really want to mention about your media thing, so along with an image, you can also give a link of this particular media where you have been talked about. So in case anybody wants to read, they can click the link and go and read the entire content. One way to do, other way to do it, make a separate page for this media coverage. Put the media, image, link, and next to that, you can also write a gist what was being talked in that media coverage. So in that way, you're able to create a very distinguished PR coverage page for your website that will not only help the visitors to gain a quick info about what was being taught in that press release, but also it act as a feed for search engine bots to look at the content. So that could be a good strategy which can be implemented by the, the company. Right, all is great. I could see they've got all these social media links, they've got the WhatsApp icon, amazingly great. Now, let's look at further. So I was also looking at their blog. So I think I was quite impressed by the kind of content they have written. If you look at here, I was looking at their blog, which is, and the good thing is in the blog, they've really categorized the blogs in the various section. So business related blogs, cosmetic related blogs, skincare tips, trends and insight, compare and choose. Beautifully thought about it. So I think they are really able to give a much better, could say, organization of the content on the website. Let's look at one of these blog. Understanding the regulatory compliance for a baby care product. All right. So they are talking about if somebody is looking at getting into starting their own business and want to start with a baby care product. So what are regulatory compliance they need to adhere to be able to do the business in their respective countries? That is what the motive. So here the content is purely from the context of a business owner or a man or entrepreneur who is trying to start his business into the baby care product category. So for them, the content should be leading, giving them very, very vital information about these, what are regulatory compliances, what are different types of regulatory compliances, for what all countries, what should be regulatory compliance they need to adhere and follow if they're trying to do the export business. So I think that is what they're talking about. So what is regulatory compliance is great. Crucial compliance standard certification for baby care products. It's got BIS, US food. All right, only two compliances are being mentioned, but that's okay. That's okay. But one observation which I think I should be giving here is, see, this content when I look at it is without any brainer. It is a GPT churned out content, right? So if I really look at this content from a real value point of view, probably I'm not really getting a lot of value because these things, what is being mentioned, they are very common thing. So I think that is where comes very important thing that you as a content creator, at least in today's age when the AI is everywhere, so people want more value-driven content. It should be such a nice thing that when they read, they should feel that I've got to understand something new today, different today. Either you set an example, you give them a process, you give them a procedures how to do kind of thing, so that they find a value. Otherwise, it is just going to be a feel-good content types. which people see is there but does not really make any sense. Number two, I also see that the main purpose of these blogs are helping you to do two important factors. Number one, certainly the blog act as a regular constant feed to bots. By virtue of that, they're able to come back to your website more often to crawl and make your website more indexable onto the engines. Secondly, these blogs they also help you in building the authority of your important business pages on their website. So basically, the blogs put an internal link back to the important respective product category. So it will strengthen the page, the authority of that particular page onto the website. So here, when I look at the links onto the page, I do not see anything into the content. So that is one another thing which can be taken into consideration by you to make it better. Okay. Otherwise, I mean, I'm really happy with the categorization of the topics, what you have done, another part. All right, let's look at some of the things here. So I think the same blog I was looking at. Very well, very well, very well. Okay, so now let me give you another important insight. So while I was trying to understand this website's SEO on the back end, a few things popped up onto my mind. So and I think let me see if I can show you. Yeah, here we go. See, as of now, there are few things which are not in sync with the 2026 SEO guidelines. So if you look at, so these are the missing gaps which are there on the website from the SEO point of view. Other things are good, which are doing. So probably if you look at on-page keywords are great, lead generation tracking is being done by YouTube and Facebook pixels are there, mobile friendliness is there. But what they are really missing out, the most important part is the mention of their nodes on the Wikipedia, like cosmetics and private label, these nodes are missing, which should be done onto the website on the backend part of it. Secondly, if you look at the AI summary, which I personally feel in today's time when the AI overview is really taking a lot of traffic, so this is really missing out. So no direct answers are available onto the page, which will make it a good or which will allow the AI bots to crawl your website content. Number three, the high resolution images are there, but it is not ready for Google Discover, which is a very important platform from Google, which allows people to get the content in the feeds on their mobile devices. And for that, you need to have more descriptive, even interested kind of content to be written, along with the beautiful featured image of 1200 px minimum, followed by the, if I look at the EEAT parameters point of view, so I think it lacks the first person experience base. So the CEO, Mr. Ayush, he can really talk about his experience, how he has started, what he has done, his entire experience of being into the cosmetic industry. So that strengthens the confidence of people when they read the content coming from a person who is in the industry, right? Apart from that, the schema is very generic. It can be made more better. So these are some really important flaws I could see on the website from the SEO point of view very clearly. Now let's move to the some more data which we're looking at. How the website is doing in searches when I look at the things from the SEMrush point of view. So here, if you look at here, the website authority score is certainly great, no doubt about it. They're getting traffic, 4,000 traffic visitors come every month. Also doing a campaign which we saw, driving around 171 traffic, 7,600 backlinks coming from 731 domains, and they are enjoying the traffic share of 37% in India, which means out of 100 searches, 37, what's the visibility their website is getting the traffic share. Right now, the important point which I wanted to look at here is, right, so if I'm looking at Google search data right now, so worldwide, when you look at around 4,000 visitors they get coming from 2,100 keywords. India itself is driving around 3,300 visitors coming from 301 keywords, followed by 288 visitors coming from 1,300 keywords, which is I just love it because this gives me a very clear picture. Their prime market seems to be US from the cosmetics point of view, right? But the traffic share right now coming from US is certainly on not on a very promising side. Okay, so let's look at the keyword wise. When I look at, I think keywords were doing great up and down. So there has been a lot of up and downs which is going on. That's okay. It's part of the life. Now here, the important thing which I wanted to look at here is the keyword. See, as I told earlier, the website has already done a good amount of SEO, but I think that is where we need to pause for a moment and see whatever SEO has been done. Is that SEO is really working for you, or it is just for namesake? So when I say this, what does it mean? So let's do a more detailed analysis of this whole job. So I'm just looking at the SEO organic traffic supposition wise. So these are the keywords for which they are ranking. So I've got limited data to look at right now, but let's look at. So their brand keyword is driving the major traffic. So if you look at 70% of traffic is coming from their brand keyword, which means it is actually a good thing because in the long run, people who know about the company, they're able to come back to you. But it has also got a side effect. Side effect is now you become this company as a manufacturer. Their job is to always keep on adding the new clients in the kitty. Whatever they have got as a old clients or repeat customers, they will give you business. But I think in the business, the change of a vendor is a continuous process. People come, people go. So in that case, for company to build a very healthy funnel, they should focus more on to acquiring the new visitors. So brand is great, but apart from brand, they need to make themselves visible in the rest of the other countries where there's a potential market, right? So I think this is an area which can be looked upon, that the 70% traffic what they're getting from the brand keyword should be at least coming around 40, 30, 60, 40 should be a great ratio. 60% if you're able to get through organic, other keywords, 40% brand, I think that's a better competition. Now, when I look at the non-branded keywords, we got to see one keyword called soap brands. And for this keyword, not just for this keyword, they are ranking on Google for their images. So I think now when I look at here, and it is coming to one of their blog. So here comes very interesting part. Is this a great keyword from a business point of view? So I think that's quite challenging because when I say soap brand, who is searching for soap brands? Who will search? So when I look at the intent wise, the target audience intent wise, when I look at, so probably they might not search about the soap brands, right? It could be done by some kiddish guy, they would be searching for soap brands. Similarly, it's a www, it is a, what to say, it is a spell mistakes, but again, for this, they're also ranking. This is again good keyword. I like it. Cosmetic manufacturers in India, cosmetic companies and good. I think these are really nice keywords. And again, for this keyword ranking for image, but for these two cosmetic companies in Gurgaon, cosmetic manufacturers in Gurgaon, ranking on Google My Business, Google Local Pack. So I think from a local business point of view, they are able to rank on Google, which is a nice thing. But again, my question remains the same. If they're trying to target the buyers or customers in India or out of India, then I think this might not be very, very good thing to happen as of now because people who are in Gurgaon, if they're searching, they get to see you. But what if your business is somewhere in Chennai, so your business somewhere in Bangalore, your business somewhere in Kerala? So in that case, uh, they might not find you. That is where you have to think about the strategy, how you can be a better. I think this is a nice keyword. The company can start focusing attention into ranking for this keyword organically. Similarly, again, some more keywords, bio cosmetics, again, brand keyword, cosmetic product manufacturer. Beautiful keyword again, but if you see the same thing here again, it is ranking for their images. Private label salt bath, looks like it is also good keyword, And for this, they are ranking good. I think I like it. This is beautifully cued, I could say. Right. So I think we have really looked at the entire spectrum of their entire SEO. So overall, when I compare the work of this website, they have really done an amazing job. Few things are there, very basic things, but if can be improvised, it can really take them to next level. Apart from that, I just said, if you look at the longevity of a business and they want to cut short onto the spend onto the advertisements, the better way is do better SEOs. So SEO will never go down, whatever be the situation. In fact, in the next one of our work, what we will try to do, we will try to look at how the companies which are Fortune 500s, for example, when I look at companies like IBM, Cisco, Intel, Microsoft, now comes very interesting question here is, if these brands are so big, people know them from ages, do they still need an SEO or they don't need SEO at all? So probably we will be doing some kind of discussion to that front, and we'll try to analyze what should be a strategy for companies like this, whether they should invest some kind of budget or money in their SEO activities, or they should completely do the game of brand building.